let me take you through a short life experience. They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. My first step was 5 years ago. What do you think attending a glamorous school would look like? The most developed science labs, state-of-the-art infrastructure and digital facilities, the most encyclopedic students from all over the country and the globe? That was a question that existed in my imagination a few years back. Something I could only dream of or read about in books. It was basically a fairy tale to me. So it was a mere matter of trying my luck when I picked up that application form to apply for the Day Waterman Scholarship. And oh, I don't think you can even imagine the uncontainable excitement of being one of the very few, very few lucky ones to be accepted for this scholarship. I was overjoyed. I basically dashed into my parents' room with joy written all over my face and pride in my shoulders as I held that little piece of paper and showed them with pride, yes, victory, victory, victory. As expected, they wished me the best of luck in my endeavors and the smoothest transition into secondary school. But that transition was very far from smooth. Walking into the campus on that fateful afternoon for the first time ever, I gazed in awe at the beauty of the surrounding all around me, while subtly taking mental note of the myriad of luxurious cars, Rolex watches, Gucci shoes adorned by my peers and their families. Wow! It was like a contest of designer brand wristwatches, shoes, you name it. I mean, what was the brand of my black leather hand-me-down shoes again? I don't think they were the original, much less of having a branded tag on them. I quickly became conscious to the affluence I was visibly surrounded by. And slowly but surely, I felt intimidated by that affluence every single time. I was drowning in an ocean of my constant comparison of myself to my mates. My peers and their family were obviously the beneficiaries of an existing class system that comes along with society. Let's face it, there are some benefits society throws at the upper class, not meant for the lower class or even the middle class, and are the mere figment of the imagination of people like me. For instance, most of my mates could afford to travel out and spend their vacation at any place of their choosing as often as they wanted to, or at least as often as their parents wanted them to. That was an unimaginable luxury to me. For the first 2 years of my stay at Day Waterman College, I lived the basic life of an average student. I attended classes when I needed to, I did my homework like any other student would, and I watched life pass by with my arms folded. I was all too scared to come out from being a bystander and be discriminated against for what I was, a scholarship student, undeserving of education at such a wonderful and prestigious institution. So it was painful, definitely, a very painful experience. Tears rolled, altercations were bound to come, and some even made mockery of my humble background. But I wasn't fazed. I was exhausted of being in my shell, so I had to come out. I had to come out from that shell. Yes, it was a Herculean task, and it took me most of my time, my sweat, and my energy to come out of that shell I had been for 2 years. But I came out and demonstrated who I was, or who I had been taught to be. Right from an early age, I had been taught to stand out, even if it meant standing alone. I had been taught that hard work and perseverance were the keys to success, even if it meant making a huge amount of sacrifices to attain whatever you wanted to attain. That was me. That was what made me me. So when my friends were off at an exotic location, learning and exploring the beauties of those places, I also did my own exploration through books, through the pages of books, as I felt and sensed the vivid descriptions of those places and my trips. When my mates were busy relaxing during their free time, I spent my free time learning how to be confident, working on my public speaking skills and my conversational skills, developing myself from time to time. And today, I can sit back, be proud, look down the lane of where I've come from and be proud of it, to say that I am the first ever scholarship student to be the head boy of D. Waterman College, and I am grateful for that. Today, I stand in front of you, retelling my experience like a soldier, proudly clutching his crest and waving his emblem, who upon seeing his medals acknowledges the blood and the sweat that have come through in bringing him thus far. I cannot say my journey is over. Definitely not. It is just the beginning of many more to come. But whenever I cast my mind back to the huge amount of sacrifices that have brought me this far, I am consumed with tears of joy and proud of my background, which had taught me to stare down at life challenges and laugh. Because I know the only way from here is forward.
Forever free.